You want to get clicks, you want to get numbers. Ryan Clark had a problem with it. Cam Newton said something. And what I'm going to say to Cam Newton respectfully, school's in session, bro. I need you to listen. Because you said something that should alarm everybody.
All right, listen to this. Stephen A. Smith went in on Cam Newton over that Jason Whitlock interview. Yo, you gotta pay attention because I think he basically ended his friendship with Cam Newton live on his own podcast. Here's why I say that. Stephen A. Smith is now shifting everything over to goalposts. He's not even focused on the Jason Whitlock interview anymore. Now, it's all about his personal relationship with Cam and how he wouldn't have used Cam's name just to stir up drama. He mentions there were stories and info that came across his desk he could have exploited to chase clicks and get views. But Stephen A. Smith said, "Nah, I didn't do that because I thought we had a better relationship." Well, apparently that's not where we're at anymore. It looks like the gloves are off now because you can see he's calling out the click-chasing energy. You gotta listen closely to what he's saying because he delivers it in that classic passive-aggressive way. So check this out. I'm about to show you the clip of Cam Newton that Stephen A. Smith was reacting to and absolutely going off about.
This thing is loyalty.
Elaborate.
Loyalty? Well, did you keep that same energy when Stephen A. Smith went on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn and Stephen A. had some strong opinions about LeBron James, given Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James' relationship? Did you say that then? Did you keep that same energy in regards to other individuals as if to say, Ryan Clark ain't never said nothing questionable about Cam Newton? Ryan Clark or Stephen A. Smith ain't never said anything about Cam Newton. Shannon Sharp, a person who I'm very fond of, ain't never said nothing negative or questionable about Cam. Matter of fact, let's go even deeper. Deion Sanders, a person that ain't never said nothing questionable about me. Whether I wanted to agree with it or not, it was something that needed to be said, and it was said. Did it have me in my feelings? I don't really have feelings when people have to do their job and they cover sports and they give their opinion and insight to said sport.
All right, so here's what Cam Newton said that really hit a nerve with Stephen A. Smith. He reacted to the clip live on his podcast, and honestly, it looks like he pretty much ended his relationship with Cam Newton. Why? Because now he sees that Cam drew a hard line in their relationship. So let's dive into this clip of Stephen A. Smith firing back at Cam Newton, talking about how there's no loyalty in the game. Here's that exact moment right here. Check it out. And yo, if you can, make sure to hit that thumbs up on this video. It really helps support my YouTube channel, and I genuinely appreciate it. Thank you, fam.
My issue with Cam at all. That's why y'all haven't seen me comment about Cam in that regard, other than one statement that I made, which I will get into in a second. I don't have any problem with him having Jason Whitlock or anybody else on his show. It's 4th and 1. It's his platform. He owns and operates it. You want to get clicks, you want to get numbers, you want to build your cachet, your popularity, which is what you're in this business for, and that's what you want to do. That's your business. I ain't sweating it. Ryan Clark had a problem with it. I told Ryan Clark. I spoke to him about it. I didn't. That wasn't my issue with Cam Newton at all. So let me get that out the way first. But in the same breath that I say that, it doesn't diminish my level of appreciation for Ryan Clark speaking up on my behalf the way that he did. Love you, bro. With all my heart. You know how I feel about you. And I appreciate you. Cam Newton said something. And what I'm going to say to Cam Newton respectfully, school's in session, bro. I need you to listen. Because you said something that should alarm everybody. This ain't the loyalty business. Who told you that? And respectfully, sir, speak for yourself. Now, let me be very, very clear to everybody. Cam is my man. Very proud of the job he's done on First Take. I'm very proud of his contribution to the show. You understand? I want him back, the whole bit. This ain't that kind of party. Cam and I have spoken. I am not saying anything to y'all, and I'm not about to say anything to y'all that I haven't already told Cam. Okay? So let's be very, very clear about that as it pertains to the Whitlock interview. What I will say to you, however, is that I didn't see the earlier show or the latest show, whatever it was, when he was talking about this ain't the loyalty business. Fuck, it ain't. And here's what I mean by that. Cam Newton, you might say controversial things. You might get yourself in trouble. I'm not going to contribute to that trouble, bro. You end up in the police blotters is a story that can't be avoided. I got it. Something along those lines, I feel you. But what I'm not going to do is that. I'm not going to contribute to it. I'm not going to have somebody come on my platform, which, by the way, you're talking about the business we're in. You own your platform. I own this platform. I'll say what I want to say on this platform. It's not the loyalty business. Cam Newton, without mentioning any names. There are some cats doing podcasts and stuff like that. Personally, I don't even fuck with. I don't vibe with them like that. They've been accused of a lot of shit. I never said a word. I didn't pounce. If I pounced on the air, it would have went viral. I never said a word. Because I ain't want to do that to them. And they ain't even my friends. When you speak, you should speak the truth. But every truth ain't meant to be heard. There are an abundance of things that we could bring up all day, every day about Cam. You can. And it wouldn't be the best look. Dare I say, it would turn networks off. I don't revisit that. You my man. Period. Not doing that. Don't need to do that. Can get numbers without that. Gonna have success without that. Still gonna get a check without that. Don't need to do it. You come out your mouth for stuff recently. Unapologetically. When you've talked what you've talked about. As it pertains to women, for example. Didn't say a word. Because I'm not doing that to you. For the record, in Cam's defense, to anybody out there who thinks otherwise, Cam Newton did not bring Jason Whitlock on his podcast, his show, his YouTube show, to talk shit about me. Cam brought him on to talk about Cam and Jason Whitlock.
All right, here's the lowdown. Stephen A. Smith fired back at Cam Newton, and honestly, in my view, he just ended their relationship right there. He's basically signaling, yo, we're co-workers, but don't expect me to have your back anymore. And I wouldn't be shocked if Cam Newton's run on ESPN First Take wraps once his contract ends. I really don't see Stephen A. Smith renewing anything with him because Cam drew that line first, and now Stephen's responding like he's done. And that explains Cam saying there's no loyalty in the business, while Stephen A. Smith is like, I wouldn't throw you under the bus or let anyone talk bad about you on my show. Stephen played the victim card hard here, shifting the focus away from Jason Whitlock because making it about him didn't land well. Jason Whitlock built his own platform, and the backlash Stephen got for that was intense. People were really clowning him for dodging those questions. Now, Stephen moves the goalpost to his relationship with Cam, playing the victim like, you did me wrong, I wouldn't do that to you. He even tried to weave in that woman's angle, like, you said this about women, to get people researching and stirring the pot. Stephen A. Smith executed that victim play perfectly to call out Cam Newton while protecting his own narrative. So yeah, in my opinion, this is basically the end of their relationship, man. That's my take. Now, I want to hear what you guys think about today's video. Smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on the next one. We're out, guys.